So let's now solve this challenge together. And for this, I'll start with the fallback content if we have an empty list. For this here in grocery list Dart, in this build method, I'll add a new variable, a new local variable that only exists in here, which I'll name content, which initially should contain my fallback content, which in my case here will be the center widget with a child of some text. So a text widget where we could, for example, say no items added yet, or anything like this. And this can and should be a const widget. So that's the fallback content. But now I want to overwrite and change content if my grocery items list here is not empty. So if this is not an empty list, I want to overwrite content to hold that list view. So in that case, content is set equal to, and then it's this list view here in the end. So we can cut this and use this as a value here and add a semicolon at the end. And now I got the list view in content if we have list items. And then of course we can and should use content here as a value for body. And that's how we can show our conditional fallback text. With that, if I restart, I see my fallback text here. But if I then do add a new item here, that goes away and I see the list instead. Now let's make sure that these items are also dismissible and go away if we swipe them away. And in an earlier course section, you saw an example for how this could be implemented. We can wrap our list tile here, which is responsible for outputting a single row in that list, with another widget. And that other widget should be the dismissible widget, another widget built into Flutter. This dismissible widget then wants a key, as you learned, to uniquely identify every list item. And such a key can be created by using Flutter's value key class. And to value key, you must pass some unique identification criteria, some unique value for that list item. And a perfect unique value here, of course, is the ID. So I'll pass that as a value to value key. And with that added, we can then also add onDismissed to register a function which receives the swipe direction as an input and in which we can then get rid of that item. So for that here, we could then reach out to our item here or add a new method, remove item, where I expect to get my grocery item as an input, and where we then can call setState to re-execute the build method and update the UI. And then here we can use grocery items and remove item like this. And now we just have to execute remove item inside of here and pass the item to remove item. And of course, the item is identified in the grocery items list by its index. And that's all it should take to make these items dismissible by swiping them away. If we save that and reload, we can add new items here like milk, or again, toast, this time without a typo. And I can now swipe milk away and it's gone. I can add bread instead, maybe 2, like this. And I can swipe toast away. So this all works. I see the fallback if nothing's left, and that's the finished shopping list.